of minor accidents. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of minor accidents. Yes, you said Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact of them here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in his dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions.
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold.
Yeah. All right. Shalom, Israel. Yahaba Shem Yahushua Barakathum. Yahweh Shamar Alathum Ba Shem Yahushua is Precinct Officer Dawashab of the ISUPK. Started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny Yohana. And since 1969, we've been teaching the truth according to the Bible, right? And today's the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Every single Tuesday, we broadcast live from Orlando, Florida. So if you're in the Central Florida area, we broadcast from Hart Memorial Library, right? That's 211 East Dakin Avenue, Kissimmee, Florida, from 6:30 to 8:30 every single Tuesday. All right, so make sure y'all stop on by. if you want any of your questions answered directly. All right. So big up, Most High Christ. Got Austin the Shock with me out in West Palm Beach, holding it down. All right, you got the school out there, the whole building out there. So make sure y'all stop by. The brothers be in the building every day of the week. All right, I can guarantee you can find a priest in there. You know what I'm saying? From 7 to 9 or whatever time it may be. All right, the address is 1628 Avenue E, Riviera Beach. All right, so make sure y'all stop on by if you're in South Florida. Also got Trooper Kanat, my main man, rocking it out of Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down. Mighty Trooper right there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I also want to mention, too, congratulations on the brother. Salaki, y'all hear me?
Come on, can I hear you, sir?
Okay. Yeah, congratulations to the brother out in West Palm. Just got raised up, you know what I'm saying?
Commander General Yohana did it again.
Damn right, man.
Brothers changing their lives, sir.
Damn
Getting it
right,
all
man.
black, learning how to, rank in order. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to learn it. We got to learn again how to conduct ourselves in the earth. And you know what I mean? Thanks, Commander General Yohana, being at the helm for so long and holding it down. You know, brothers have an opportunity to come and serve Christ and the Most High, you know, the way the Most High intended us to serve Him.
Damn right, man. Damn right, man. So good work out there, man. Keep raising them souls up. You know what I'm saying? Because the kingdom of heaven is for sure at hand, y'all. So big up to that brother. Of course, any questions, man, feel free to ask. Y'all can type it into the chat. I know Monday is the scripture breakdown class. Also, Kazak Tamar be doing a hell of a job breaking down the scriptures. But if you have any that's lingering around that you didn't get a chance to ask, of course you can ask. If not, I'll jump into the topic. The sign-in sheet. If you want attendance for today's class, the link is in the YouTube chat. So make sure you click on the link or copy and paste however you need to get it done. Fill out the information so that way you can get credit for the class if you're looking to join this school. If you're looking to get if you're looking to complete your 90 days, you need credit, right? You need to participate, right? So within that time frame, make sure you're tuning into class and signing in so that way you can get credit towards your name. All right. Anybody that want to join the live as well, right? Is in the YouTube, brother or sister. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Whoever want to join the live, want to be on here, you know what I'm saying? Click on the link. All right. Copy and paste or whatever you got to do. Other than that, we'll jump into the topic. All right. So for today's topic, right? I feel like we might as well dive into the whole controversy since everybody's talking about it. All right. What's the biggest story y'all heard about so far, man? What y'all heard?
I don't know, sir. I don't think they're talking about it. What they talking about?
What they talking about, man? Listen, there's been a lot going on now.
It's always a lot going on, sir.
Yeah.
They keep us, you know what I mean? They keep all these distractions so we don't know the truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? They give you these holidays and this, that, and the third, you know, to keep you busy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Give you weed, let you be gay, give you all this stuff just to keep you busy. So you don't know, you know what I mean, how to serve the one true living God of the earth.
Right. Con. That's very true. You know what I'm saying? That's why these brothers and sisters who dedicate their lives to serving the Most High is making sure that we conduct ourselves as an example to our nation, man. You know what I'm saying? And out of all the things that is going on, I see the sister put it in the chat, you know, Kiki Palmer. And not just Kiki Palmer specifically, right? The whole thing is, this is something that's far bigger than just that. You know what I'm saying? Because after what was displayed off of that viral clip, you had a majority of black woman jumping out the woodworks, jumping out the window in defense of this woman's behavior is because our women are aligned with that type of behavior. Majority of our women are. You know what I'm saying? They would agree with belittling their man. They would agree with going out and disrespecting their man. They agree with going out and wearing little to nothing outside. You know what I'm saying? This is what the culture of black women has become, and they deem it as something as independent or empowering to reveal yourself or to act with no respect towards your partner or your significant other. You know what I'm saying? So let's discuss. You know, we might as well dive into that whole topic of what everybody's talking about, and we'll give what the Bible speaks about. You know what I'm saying, in regards to that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll dive into a few scriptures about that. All right. First, I want to start out with the understanding of marriage. I want to start out with that. Right? Who can tell me what marriage is according to the Bible? What is marriage according to the Bible? Right? Because I done seen where a lot of people of our the black women specifically was saying that this is just her boyfriend, right? This is not her husband. They ain't married together, right? Even though they have a child together and been with each other for, you know, however how long they've been with each other or whatever, you know, just because this man don't have a certificate from the government or a ring or got on one knee, you know, he's not qualified to be her husband, right? So I see some answers in the chat. All right, sexual intercourse. All right, that is a great answer. Who else would agree with that? Or if anybody disagree? All right, sister says sex is marriage. Another great answer. All right. Well, guess what? According to the Bible, you are correct. All right. According to the Bible, sex is marriage. Right? This is what unifies and brings about the union between a man and a woman. Right? There is no greater intimate act that a man and a woman can display towards each other than sex. All right? Piece of paper is just vanity. A ring is just vanity. It's just vain. It's materialistic object that will be here one day and be gone the next day. You know what I'm saying? But who you have sex with will stay with you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Sex is not just, you know, ooh, this is it. Let's get down. You know, I'm not talking about the lust of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the bond between a man and a woman when they share each other's bodies, right? Sex is spiritual. You know how I know? How I know? Well, why would I say something like that? Who can help me out? How is sex spiritual? I know I talk a lot on here. You know, let me get some of y'all to break it down as well. You know, I like when y'all chime in as well too. You know what I'm saying? Anybody in the chat also, right? How is sex spiritual? What makes it spiritual?
So lucky.
Go ahead, Trooper Canut.
Because you're dealing with each other's bodies.
Right. Okay.
Like I just I guess like you become twain. Like when they say twain become one, like when you engaging in sex, it's more than just physical. It's spiritual also. And that the whole act of sex is a spiritual thing.
God. I'll take that answer. What you had off in the shot? You wanted answers too as well?
I don't know the young man. I got the trooper in here, Salakia. Could y'all?
Oh, okay. All right. Would the trooper want to give an answer as well?
He said, "What is the question is what is marriage, right?
Yeah. Well, what makes marriage? What makes sex spiritual, Salaki?
What makes sex
Right? Because
spiritual?
I made a bold statement to say that it's more than just the lust behind it, right? Because when we think about sex, we think about how society has presented unto us, right? And society has over, over, uh, uh, presented sex to us where we're overloaded by it. You get what I'm saying? Like we done seen it since a youth, and we don't really understand the true nature behind it. You
Right, they
understand what I'm saying?
hypersexualize stuff. Hypersexualize.
Right. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. We've been hypersexualized in this society. You know what I'm saying? But sex is a serious ordeal, right? It's spiritual, right? How is it so serious? How is it spiritual? What you had, Trooper?
Like you, sir. I'm thinking.
Can you hear him, sir?
Yeah, I hear him just fine. Word.
Okay.
Yeah, like sex, like you say, is what you call sacred. So once you both lay together, you're tied to that man, and the woman is bound to the man. That would prevent, what would you say we're looking for? It should prevent to where you won't be able to go out and sleep out on your wife and likewise. That makes sense?
Okay, kind of. I mean, that's basically what the Trooper Canuck said as well. You know what I'm saying? Which is not, not wrong as well, because the scriptures do say that the twain shall be one flesh. You know what I'm saying? The two shall become one. Right? This is how the union is formed. Right? Through that intimate act. Not through a piece of paper or not through a ring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is why you have so much of a high divorce rate in America, because don't nobody understand the meaning of sex. Right? Don't nobody understand the measure of it. Everybody just sleep who they want to sleep with, and then run out and go get a piece of paper and get a ring, and then divorce them by the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's understand this. The sister also put, let me read her comment. She said, "You are joining yourselves to another person." Ka, which is similar, right? Isaiah Israel put breathe or breath. Okay. All right. Here's the thing, though, what people don't consider, right? There's two things that can come out of sex. The two main things that come out of sex. That life is revolved around. That existence is revolved around. Who could tell me what are these two things? Two things. Person that you lay down with. Right? You can get two results out of it. Go ahead.
You can either get a baby or you can get disease.
You can get life or death. Or death comes behind sex. Right? That should tell you that you should think twice before you lay down with somebody. Right? Because this union is something that can be broken apart. Because it brings about life. And if you do it the wrong way, it can also bring about death. You get what I'm saying?
Go.
Right? Sex ain't nothing just to play with. Right? This is what the Lord put in place to make a man a husband and make a woman a wife. Right? And let's get that in the scriptures. Right? Let's get Exodus. No, let me get Luke 16. Let me get that one. Luke 16 and 18.
So like you said, is there a place you want to start at?
Kind of start me out at let me get is it Luke 18? Nah, it ain't Luke 18. My bad. Mark 10. My bad. Mark 10. I apologize. Mark 10 and start me at verse 6. All right, you got it, word.
The book of Mark, chapter 10, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
But from the beginning of creation.
Right, from the beginning of creation, right? So this is Christ speaking. We know this because it's written in red. So these are the words that's coming out of Christ's mouth, right? And in this particular moment, the Pharisees is pressing Christ, right? Trying to get him to say something against the law. And they're asking Christ a question in regards to marriage, right? About if a man, dies after he get married, and the brother marries her, then the brother dies, and the brother after that marries her, then he dies, and so forth and so on. And they wanted to say, well, who's she gonna belong to when she come back or whatever, right? So they question them about marriage, right? And they asking them, or is it lawful for a man to put away his wife, tempting him? You get what I'm saying? So Christ is gonna break it down and let them know about marriage and how the Lord put it all together. All right. So read that part one more time.
Come on, sir. From the beginning of creation, God made them male and female.
Right. From the beginning of creation. Right. Where can we find the beginning? Right. What is another word of saying the beginning? What was that, Drew?
You say Salaki.
Would that be?
No, you gotta say Salaki.
Salaki, I did.
What was that, Drew? I heard the answer. What did you say?
Salaki, I said the beginning would be in Genesis.
You said what?
Yeah, speak up.
Genesis, right? Genesis, right? If we're gonna understand what marriage is all about, we will have to go back to where? Go back to where? Huh? Y'all with me? Y'all up? Y'all good? Y'all there?
Come on.
We're gonna have to go back to Genesis, right? Right? And how the Lord formed this union. Right? So let's go to Genesis 4:1. Go ahead. You got it, Troop.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
And Adam did what?
Knew Eve, his wife.
And Adam did what?
Knew Eve, his wife.
Now, what does that mean?
You have to just speak up.
Sir.
Go ahead, get down. Come on, rock out with me, y'all. Go ahead, get down. Go ahead. What you had to say, Ward?
Slakia, sir. That means they had sex, sir?
Right. Because nowhere in that verse does it mention a ring, does it mention a certificate, right? None of these things was important to God. They're not important to him, right? The bond that they created is important to God. And the greatest way is to display that bond or to form that bond is when a man lies with a woman. When a man sleeps with a woman, when a woman sleeps with a man, is when they become what? Read that part again.
And Adam knew his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And she conceived.
And Adam knew what?
His wife.
His wife that's when they become husband and wife. Right? And from there, what? Eve ended up conceiving, meaning she gave birth. You know what I'm saying? Because from sex, you can get either life or death. Right? So jump me back to Mark 10 real quick.
Okay. The book of Mark, chapter 10, verse 6. In the beginning of creation, God made them male and female.
Right. Adam and Eve, right? They wasn't the only people on that earth, but he was the one that he chose and gave them the truth. Right? And this is how they formed their union. Read on.
For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. And they twain shall be one flesh.
Right. They twain shall be what?
One flesh.
Now, how is that done? Christ referred to the beginning. How is this done? How is these two people become one flesh?
So like,
go ahead.
By sleeping with each other.
That's how it's done. You get what I'm saying? This is how it was always done since the beginning. This is something that always have been part of our culture. Now, imagine if this was actually taught to us from the youth on up. Right? We don't hold sex to a high importance, right? If we did, we want to be out here doing what we're doing today. You get what I'm saying? Like, if somebody decides to sleep with somebody, that is somebody that you're trying to make either your spouse, your husband, or your wife. You get what I'm saying? But society taught us that the person that you sleep with is just that. It's just a hookup, right? They call it today sneaky links. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can sleep with somebody and sleep around and have multiple boyfriends and do what you want to do, sleep with another man's woman and slide off and all of that stuff. Nah, you know what I'm saying? All of that is confusion. It brings about death. The person that you lay down with, you know what I'm saying, that is the person that you're supposed to stay with forever. You know why? Because sex is marriage. No other way around it in the Bible. Right? Any more on that?
Verse 9 on there.
Right? Kai, you can drop that. Let me get Genesis 20. Let me get Exodus 22 and 16.
Like you, sir.
Go ahead, soldier.
I was just thinking what you're saying is so crucial. And you get life or death, like, and these women, in the beginning, you would put to death for stepping out on your man. You know what I'm saying? You would get death from that. Also, the law of jealousy. If the man just thought you was doing something, he would go to the priest, and the priest would, make the drink, and he would have her drink it. And if she was, innocent, then fine. But if not, if she actually did the thing that the man had suspicion of, then she would die from drinking that drink. So it was always, you know what I mean? Like this, like you're saying, sir, this is the crucial thing. Like this bond that the Most High is putting together should be for life. Life or death, you know what I mean? Not like this society is taught us, like you're saying, sir. You know what I mean? And that's very heavy what you're bringing out, sir.
Nah, damn right. Nah, you right on it, boy. You know what I'm saying? Right on it. This is something that was within our culture. Right? This is something that can. You had something else?
No, the trooper. Just say Salaki next time.
Salaki.
Kai, get down. Go ahead, boy.
I was just saying. So, what made they come up with the bill of divorce then? If everything was like that back then.
Right. If in the same Mark 10, if we can read that, right? If we can go back to Mark 10 and start me at verse 5, it'll tell you why.
Come, sir. Mark 10, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, for the hardness of your heart,
For the what?
This precept.
For the what?
For the hardness of your heart, he wrote you this precept.
Now, what does this mean, right? Because they're speaking in regards to what? Moses' law, right? The law that Moses wrote when they was fleeing out of Egypt. Split the Red Sea. Now they're here in the wilderness, and Moses is breaking down all the laws of God unto the children of Israel. Right, and one of the laws is, like you mentioned, the bill of divorce. Right now, what was the spirit behind this law that Moses gave to the children of Israel? Right, this is what Christ is breaking down, the spirit behind it. Right, what he said when he said the hardness of your heart, what did he mean by that? Go ahead. Hold on.
No. Come on, so you can let him answer.
Let me see if the truth could give it a shot, and then I'll pass it to you. Go ahead.
Slacky, sir. Would that be because they was sinning?
Yeah, I mean, you could put it that way, but give me a little bit more. Think about the time frame. Remember, I mentioned who? This is Moses, right?
God.
So you got to think about the whole time frame of what was going on at that time. Here we are coming out of captivity in the wilderness, right? And of course, in the wilderness, our people was sinning, but specifically towards marriage and divorcing their husband or getting rid of their wife. Right? This is something that the Lord did not establish since the beginning. Right? For us to be righteous and perfect with the Lord, we have to do it how the Lord intended for us to do it. Right? And how the Lord intended us for it to do it is for when a man sleeps with a woman, that he is to be with her forever. Right? And when a man sleeps when a woman sleeps with a man, right, she is to stay with him forever. Right? But because of the hardness of their heart, they was giving out the bill of the divorce. Now, what does it mean with the hardness of their heart?
I don't know, sir. All I know is, they were sinning. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Good luck, yes, sir.
You want to give it a shot, Trooper Kanat?
If I may. Because they were complaining. Like the women weren't obeying the men, and the men were like nobody was obeying nobody, and people wasn't trying to work things out. They just came out of captivity. They in the wilderness, and they was uncomfortable, complaining about everything. They didn't have no love towards one another.
God, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little choppy, sir.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Come. Everybody just hold tight. Officer Shah will be right back, breaking down these scriptures like we do in the UPK, okay? Giving blacks, Hispanics, and Native understanding. See, what's going on is we, like Moses had the law, but Christ had the How
about now?
Come, sir. Better, much better, sir.
All right, the water. Most High Christ, boy. Kai. So I heard your answer, Trooper Kanat, right? So you were saying that there was obeying each other, right? Did I get you right?
Cause I say they was complaining and they didn't have no love towards each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
No
that's a good
mercy.
answer. What you had? Did you have something off in the shot?
Oh man, I can give it a shot, sir.
Okay, God,
If
go
you
ahead.
want me to. I'm like, here's the thing is, sir, I always try to explain things the way it was explained to me, and Captain
Mm-hmm.
Royale always tried to bring it to today's time.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever was happening then, like try to use words or situations on how it happened and what's going on today.
Right.
So, like back then, what was going on is what America got happening to us right now. Like the troopers say, we don't got no love for each other. No, we don't want to work nothing out. No, the black woman got the biggest mouth on the planet, and brothers ain't even trying to hear it. We was not capable or able or even wanted to like work things out. We was beefing.
Mm-hmm.
We was fighting. She got the big mouth in there going off, and this man in the house, he about to swing on and knock her teeth out. So Moses was like, listen, and like you said, sir, we just coming out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? We out there coming out of Egypt. We don't know how to act at all. Just like today, we don't know how to act. So we got Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. We got to teach you how to behave. We got to teach you how to love your wife. We got to teach you how to love your husband. We got to teach you how to work things out. So like back then, Moses, it was just Moses. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Moses like, listen, before y'all kill each other, you go that way, and just write a piece of paper saying y'all ain't gonna deal with each other no more. That way we ain't out here in the wilderness killing each other.
Right.
So basically, that was it, man.
God, there you go. You know what I'm saying? And the one significant, thing that you mentioned was them coming out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? By the means of captivity, their hearts were hardened.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Yes, we was sinning in that wilderness, but what was the main thing that caused us to do sin in that wilderness? Right? We wanted to worship Egyptian gods.
Mm.
We wanted to go back to Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to do everything that Egypt had us doing prior to us being in that wilderness. You get what I'm saying? And our hearts was hardened by that. We were still thinking that we was Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? And what Christ came to do is give us that opportunity to be what? Born again. Do it the right way from the beginning on how to get it done. Right? Captivity is not an excuse for you to leave your man. Right? Captivity is not an excuse for a man to put away his wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But both of y'all relationship should stay together and y'all should view it in a new light. Right? Don't allow the norms of today's society separate y'all. The lack of love, the hatred that they got black women and black men going against each other, at odds with each other, constantly. You get what I'm saying? One thing or another, there's always a new couple story of some celebrity, you know what I'm saying, that goes viral, right? That shapes the relationship norms of the black community. You get what I'm saying? After this Kiki Palmer one, there's gonna be a whole nother one that everybody's gonna rally behind and be like, you see, you know what I'm saying? Because guess you know why? Because we are a social people. This is how we are naturally.
Right.
We dress the best. You know what I'm saying? We got, the most swag, charisma, the most flavor, right? So whatever is appealing and has that, that charisma that we like to look to, that's is what we're gonna follow. Right. And these entertainers, they set the standards on what to do in our relationship. All right. And this is what captivity will have us thinking this is how we should treat our spouse. This is how a woman should behave when she out in public. But since in the beginning in our culture, guess what? It was never like that. It was never like that, man. The black family stuck together. You get what I'm saying? We stuck together. All this other stuff that we got going on now is all through by the means of captivity. Even wanting a piece of paper, even to get married, is because you're a slave. and don't even know your culture. You know what I'm saying? But there's only under 2 circumstances where a man can leave his woman or a woman can leave. The man could leave her woman, right? Or put away his wife. What was the 2 circumstances? Right? That Christ mentioned.
So like,
Go ahead.
is it for fornication and adultery?
Right. Why is that the only 2 circumstances? That should tell you what the importance of what.
That's selected.
Go ahead.
Them staying together, keeping the
Which is
family
true.
together.
Which is very, very true. But on top of it, that should tell you that what you're doing is very important.
Oh, that sex is important in a marriage.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Get a brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Get a sister a hand as well too. Because sex is marriage. Person you lay down with it's yours. Y'all together. Y'all a union. Y'all one. Now, the minute you decide to go out and sleep with somebody else, you broke that union. Not because a piece of paper, or not because your ring fell down the drain one day. Now all of a sudden the relationship is over. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But if you sleeping with this person, you know what I'm saying, you are not to sleep with nobody else.
That's right.
You're not allowed to do so.
That's
if
right.
you're a woman.
Right.
All right. A man cannot go out and sleep with a woman that already has a man.
That's right.
Because that should tell you how important sex is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to being divorced, that's the only circumstance that Christ laid down. Other than that, work it out. She gets on your nerve, work it out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? He pissing you off, work it out. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to compromise and work this out. Get in order. That's the number one problem. We out of order. You know what I'm saying? Like Austin the Shock said in the beginning of the class. You know what I'm saying? We are out of order, man. We don't understand the structure that our God has set forth so our families can be unified. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through that in the class. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that answered your question, True.
No comment, sir. I got.
Nah, you got it, Word.
I got another question on Mark 10, verse 2.
All right.
Or I'm gonna read it, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pharisees came to him and asked him, "Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife?" Tempting him. Mm-hmm. My question is, sir, are those Pharisees was Israelite?
Khan. They were exactly that, right?
Pharisee.
Khan. You got something else, Word?
La, sir.
Oh, Khan. Yeah, the Pharisees was a religious sect amongst the Jews, right? They were part of the upper class. You know what I'm saying? People who had the laws of Moses, right? Because in this time, Israel has fallen as a nation, right? We were split in two, right? And we had a good portion of the quote unquote Southern Kingdom, the Jews that remained in Israel, right? Of course, you still had the other tribes that was there, but a good portion was there from the Southern Kingdom, right? And then you had, after the Maccabean revolt, that different sects start to form in order to govern those group of Israelites, the Jews, you know what I'm saying? And these sects was known as the leaders, the religious leaders, and they were all Israelites, right? And the only reason why they asking him this is not because they're trying to learn from him, right? Why would you think they're trying to tempt him? In what way? What do you think they're trying to tempt him with? What?
Need a little help on that.
You don't know, just say
I don't know, sir.
Nah, no sweat. It's all right. It's no sweat. You know what I mean? This is why we here, you know. It's all good. And then somebody want to give it a shot?
So, like, sir, can you repeat the question one more time?
Right. The tempting of the Pharisees unto Christ was for what purpose? What they was trying to tempt him with?
Oh, they were just trying to jam him up
How? With what? Well, like
with
to get him to
questions
stutter
of
on
the
the
law
scriptures.
to see
Go
if he
ahead.
was going to go against the laws and commandments of the Most High. They
Right.
were trying to jam him up.
Damn right. Because what would happen if Christ did go against the laws of the Most High?
Then they would have a purpose to stone him and say, like, this man ain't of the Lord, like he
Right.
ain't of God.
They was trying to kill him. They were trying to put him to death. So they wanted to see if he was going to say something that's against the law. Right. I know y'all familiar with the scripture about the sister that was caught in adultery. Right. And the Pharisees asked Christ, you know, hey, this sister's caught in adultery. Should we, you know, stone her like the law says? Right. They know that that's the penalty behind adultery. But they want to see what Christ is going to say behind that. Because Christ wasn't out there stoning nobody. So they wanted to see if Christ would have been like, nah, we cannot stone nobody. It's against the law. It's evil. God, you should not do that and all that stuff. And that would have gave the Pharisees green light to be like, you know what? This nigga is speaking against the laws of Moses. Let's kill this guy. You get what I'm saying? And Christ kept all the law, man. He said, Salaki, somebody said, nah, go ahead.
They wanted to see if he was going to be like white Jesus.
Right.
Like, love everybody, love everything.
Right, God. You know what I'm saying? And Christ was crafty in what he did. You know what I'm saying? He was real, you know, devoted. You know what I'm saying? So he had the wisdom and the understanding to teach them how to be righteous, the spirit behind the law. And he went out there and convicted all of their spirits. Right? The same way he's convicting their spirits now. Yeah, the bill of divorce is written in Moses' law. But since the beginning, I mean, damn, was Adam divorcing Eve after she ate or did whatever she did? What is written of in the Bible? No, she stayed with her. Right? Even though that could have brought hardness to Adam's heart. I'm sure Adam was mad about that. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord has already set up this union way before we was in Egypt, way before we was in captivity. You know what I'm saying? The Lord set this union up and passed the same laws and records down to our generation. And what Christ came to do is teach us the spirit behind the law. That if you want to divorce somebody, only be under the pretense of they slept with somebody else or committed fornication. You know what I'm saying? So, did that answer your question, Truth?
No concern.
All right, most high Christ. All right, so let's get Exodus 22 and 16 real quick.
So I have
All right, you get that word.
the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid.
Entice a what?
A maid.
What is a maid? Oh. First, let's start. What does it mean to even entice? What does that mean? Uh-oh. I see the shock. Listen, the shock know how to do it, you know what I'm saying? You been enticing them, you know what I mean? This way back when, you know what I mean? You get you right. You know what I'm saying? Listen, your oppressor don't know how to entice nothing. You know what I'm saying? He is a caveman.
Okay.
You go out and get a club and that's what he did it back though. What do you call him?
Troglodyte.
Troglodyte. There you have to watch that. A troglodyte. Them damn troglodytes used to get a whole wooden club and hit their women over the head and rape them. And then when she woke up, he was over her talking about ooga booga, you my wife. You know what I'm saying? That's how the white man do it. He's a homosexual by nature. He don't give a damn. He thinks about sex about reproducing. That's how he thinks about sex. You know what I'm saying? Now he don't understand. He don't understand the value of a woman. That's why his society is full of the battle of the sexes, men versus women. You know what I'm saying? That all comes from the white man's thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like men need women, and women need men. We both need each other. You know what I'm saying? But only a homosexual will make it a competition. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, Israelite men, we know how to seduce a woman. Like the sister said, you know what I'm saying? We entice them, we seduce them, we spit game. You know what I'm saying? We, you know, do things to make them feel nice. You know what I'm saying? Because we really like them. You know, we're attracted to them. You know what I'm saying? So if the Bible said if a man entice a maid, right? What's a maid?
So like, is it a young woman?
A woman, right? A young woman, right? A woman of marriageable age, a woman, right? Unmarried woman, right? A woman that's not promised to nobody else. Right? If a man seduces a woman, right? Read on.
Con. That is not betrothed.
That is not promised to nobody. She ain't got a boyfriend on the side. She ain't got no side nigga. She ain't doing no sneaky links. She ain't doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? This is a woman with class and etiquette. She's looking for the right one. And lo and behold, a brother like Austin the Shot comes around and spit game to her. Right? Read on.
And lie with her.
And do what?
And lie with her.
What does that mean? What does it mean to lie with somebody?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
To know them.
To know them. Oh, I like how you put that there. Yeah, to know them, right? What does that mean? Go ahead.
To have sex with them.
To have sex with them. You know what I'm saying? A man seduces a woman that's not promised to anybody, and they both have sex with each other. Read on.
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
To be his what?
His wife.
To be his what?
His wife.
His wife. His wife. That's how important that intimate act is to God. God is not just taking it as some thrill or some fun for you to do, or something for you to experience with the whole block with as a woman or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or even a man who's after whoremongers paying for sex or doing whatever they out there doing. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is making sure that our people are doing what's right. Right? Before a man even touch a woman or seduces her at that, he better be ready to be with that woman for the rest of his life. Before that woman feel all hot inside by his game that he spit, ready to get down, she better be ready to be with that man for the rest of her life, because sex is that important to God. Because since the beginning, the Lord did not establish for us to be having lewd behavior and doing what we want to do, right? Now, like I mentioned, imagine if this was taught since the youth on up. Imagine this. You know what that teaches our young daughters to behave like? You know how that teaches them to behave like? Help me out. How is that teaching them to behave like?
Like,
go ahead.
Like princess.
Like, I like that. Yo, yeah, I have to go get that brother a head. Like princess. You know what I'm saying? Not like how you see today, right? That's not princess behavior, what you seeing in these music videos, right? I seen a video where one of them was twerking on kids, on a little boy, shaking her behind on a little boy. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki. You remember when we was downtown and they was twerking on the white man, the Christian dude. The sisters was twerking. And he looked so uncomfortable. Yeah, that devil looked so uncomfortable, man. You should have seen it. He didn't know what to say. It was like that was like a 50-50 ball right there. That was like, okay, he shouldn't be out. This devil shouldn't be out here trying to teach the word of God. And this sister out here shouldn't be out here twerking on this devil. But the two of them go hand in hand. Like,
Right.
like,
Man, listen, I blame the Christian church. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That is not princess-like, man. A woman with class and dignity about herself will not behave in that type of manner. Right? And if our daughters were taught to have class and to make sure don't sleep with nobody unless you're ready to be with them, subconsciously that would teach them to take their time, to not to be so hot in the ass. They will take their time to actually get to know the man they laying down with. Because once the deed is done, that's a wrap. Ain't no going back from that. Now, you can jump ship if you want to, but guess what? Be prepared for the consequences. Because it's against God to do such a thing. When the Lord established this, he established this one way. It wasn't until the current society, the modern society that we have, is the reason why we have the piece of paper and the ring. Right? It's not written in the Bible. Nowhere did we read in that chapter and verse where it said you have to get on one knee, present a ring, and then after that, go to the courts, get a contract, sign that, and then now you guys are legally married. It doesn't say that. It says you have a responsibility of a wife and a husband once you have sex. That's what it says.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
And if I may, sir, what you're bringing out so heavy is because they honor that little piece of paper more than their own bodies. And in slavery time, we wasn't even allowed in courthouses. They was jumping the broom. They didn't have no paper, and they considered once they jumped that broom, they considered marriage without a paper.
Right.
And another thing is, back in those times, sex made the marriage legal. Like without the sex, it wasn't a marriage.
Right.
It wasn't honored. Like, you know how they go in the room, they go to their bed chamber, then they come back with the sheets, and they had to sheet some blood to make sure that she was a virgin. Without all of that being done, there was no marriage.
Right. God. Damn. Hey, listen, get a brother in. You know what I'm saying? There's two heavy points that you mentioned that I want to expound on. Like, even like how you mentioned slavery. You think the white man was giving you a damn piece of paper to get married in the plantation? You get what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't even allowed in the courts. Oftentimes they would sneak to be with the person that they love. They would hide their babies just in case slave master will come around and take that baby away from them. Right? We understood that our union was formed through being with that person and having sex with that person, not by a piece of paper. And we have to reevaluate our value. Right? The man that you lay down with, guess what? You're telling yourself, right? You're telling yourself that you want this man to be your head if you choose to lay down with him. And guess what? If that man is entitled to your box, guess what? He's also entitled to your soul. He's also entitled to your spirit and entitled to your mind. Or else you don't really value yourself, right? Here you have your box, right? You understand that this person, you know what I'm saying, that you giving your box to is the person that you're allowing to be your head over you and tell you what to do. And make sure you straight and protect you and do all these things for you. But if you're going to give it up, then, you know what I'm saying, make sure you be willing to have this man to rule over you. Make sure you are willing to have this man to be entitled over your mind. You know what I'm saying? And also
Salaki.
the other thing you somebody said, Salaki.
Oh no, sir. I was gonna say real quick while you was on that point.
Mm-hmm.
The only time that the slave master gave papers was to the other slave masters if they was marrying slaves from different plantations.
Mm-hmm.
They kept laws like that on us, like we were dogs. You know how you and I don't know if anybody know, but you know how you got a pit bull, and another man got a pit bull, and y'all come together and say, all right, now we gonna make these dogs. I'm gonna get 2 boys and you get 2 girls, whatever the pups is. So that's what
Right.
they did too. If the
Mm-hmm.
slave from the Johnson plantation was marrying a slave from the Smith plantation, they made an agreement with the papers to make sure that the Johnsons get 2 male slaves or a male and a female slave. Treated us like animals, sir. It's like it.
Kind. They used to breed us. Breeding. That's basically what they did. They bred us. Like Trooper Canuck said, like animals. Like you breed a cow, right? You got a good heifer. You want to continue with that same genes. Well, you breed it, right? That's what they did with the slaves as well. They seen you as cattle. You wasn't getting no piece of paper. You wasn't getting the opportunity to get on one knee. You think the slave master was like, hold on, he's about to propose to her, y'all. Stop picking cotton. You think the slave master was doing that? Holding up production. What you got going on? You better hide and sleep with her if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? But yet that did not change how that brother felt about that woman once he slept with her. Brothers will risk their lives for the women that they slept with on that plantation. Not behind a piece of paper, they will risk that life. Not behind a ring, they will risk their lives. Because the union that they formed with that woman. Because it's really that important, man. Right? And the other thing that you mentioned about it not being recognized by the court, that could be null and voided if you don't have intercourse. Right? It's right. Am I right in the shot? It's on the contract.
Yes, sir. I was gonna say it even till today. If you get married, but you can go back to that course and say we never had sex, that marriage never happened in their eyes.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? It never happened in their eyes, regardless of what you signed. You did not have the intercourse. It's voided out.
Yep.
Like Officer in the Shock said, it's like it never happened. You know what I'm saying? Because sex is marriage. Right? And if we was taught, if our daughters was taught this, if our sons was taught this, right, we would have more of our families sticking together. We have less diseases within the Black community. We have less domestic crimes against each other. You know what I'm saying? If we understood this. We have less of our daughters being whores and sluts if we understood this. Right? Sex is marriage. And God is going to hold you accountable for it. He's going to hold you to it. All right? To you, it was fun and games. All right? Maybe you may have not known this information. At one point, I didn't know this. You know what I'm saying? I was doing whatever I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Until I heard the truth. Right? And I had to understand, I had to stop what I was doing. Now, you can continue on if you want to. But best believe the Lord is not passive. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you think twice before you lay down with that person, right? Now, why did we bring this up? Right? There was also a comment that Keke Palmer made about the situation after it happened. I'm paraphrasing. I kind of forgot what she wrote. She wrote, I am single until I'm married. You know, something like that. You know, the hell with that boyfriend stuff. I am single until I'm married. Let's just have fun, love, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is all nonsense. You know what I'm saying? She's making herself out to be a whore. All right. If this man is not important enough to tell you what to do, why was he so important to have a baby with him then?
Right.
If you don't want this man to be your husband and tell you what to do and tell you what to put on, right? Then why did you have a baby with this man then? It seemed like the deed is already done.
Right.
It's already done. So what you put in the contract, in a ring, before the fact that you had a child with this man? So a ring and a contract is more important than that child then. More important than that man. As long as he does what makes you happy, guess what? She would have never typed that down. She would have never felt that way. As soon as he pissed her off, you know what I'm saying? She feel like she's single now because she ain't got a contract and a ring. You know what I'm saying? The white man's society has interfered on how we love each other. There is no love behind the white man's marriage in his society and the way he gets things done. There is no love between them, man.
It's like, sir.
Go ahead, soldier.
Man, what you're saying is so crucial, sir. Like what you just said about the white man, the oppressor, what he did to us. He does that today, and he calls it, what did he call it when you go and drop bombs to change the way people live and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll go over there and change how the Arabs, you know, they women have to be covered. He goes there and drop bombs so he can liberate the women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now he putting, you know what I mean, changing how they think and how they, you know, live. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So
that's right. Damn right. Right. What Austin Isupk just mentioned, if you ever wonder what the mark of the beast was written about in Revelation, that's what the mark of the beast is. Right. This is America going out to different countries in the name of freedom or in the name of democracy.
Right.
Just to infiltrate and change the way that whole country functions as a society. Change their whole culture. Right? That's their culture. If they feel comfortable with having their women dressed in all black so only their eyes can show, the hell with it. That's their culture. You get what I'm saying? But the white man will go over there and force them to assimilate to their culture. Right? Because this is the white man's culture. Started out in ancient Rome. Right? This is how he functions. Right? But our culture is totally different from his culture. We never had a piece of paper. We never had a ring. We never had none of that. What we had was love. That's what we had. If you love somebody and you lay down with that person, stay with that person forever. All right?
So like, sir.
Go ahead, Soda.
Can I bring out 2 precepts?
Come on, get down, boy.
So you can see if you go Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 22.
Go ahead.
And harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
You hear that? A harlot shall be counted as spittle. What is spittle?
So like it, sir, spit.
Spit. Right? Spit that just come out your mouth. That's what a harlot is going to be considered as. A harlot is a whore, a slut, a thot. You know what I'm saying? These what they call Instagram thotties. Whatever you want to call them. Go ahead.
A harlot is someone who says, I'm single until I get a marriage certificate.
Right. Right. A harlot is dancing up on Usher. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what a harlot is. Why you got a man at home.
You know what
I'm saying? When your whole booty cheeks out.
Right.
You don't feel no shame. Like, damn.
They wouldn't even all that. Them cheeks funny and all that, sir.
Listen, we're going to get into the class too if we got time. All of that is just a display of insecurity. Right? A woman who dresses immodest and revealing is more insecure than a man that tells them to cover up. That's all it is. It's low self-esteem and insecurities. Because at one point, Keke Palmer was not shaped the way she is shaped today until she had that baby. So all her insecurities are being brought back up in her adulthood. Now she has this baby. She got a little bit of figure. Now she want to display it to the whole world because all her life she was told that she was, bad bodied. You know what I'm saying? And flat behind. You know what I'm saying? So that's her this way of showing that she got a booty now because it's all insecurities. She's insecure. She don't feel confident. She didn't maintain her purity by keeping herself covered up. You know what I'm saying? But allowing herself to be shown to the whole world, right? Now she opened up a whole box of a Pandora's box, whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? To where it can, show everybody how a mother is supposed to be, when really that's nothing but a whore. Nothing but actions of a slut. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. A real mother will not show her butt cheeks. You know what I'm saying? But a woman that's insecure will. Right? Go ahead, Trooper Canot.
Come, sir. Run through it real quick, sir. Salaki.
Go ahead.
And harlot should be counted as spittle.
Mm-hmm.
But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
Man, you know what I'm saying? A married woman is a tower unto death unto her husband, man. A woman that's willing to stick beside you, you know what I'm saying? That's a woman that's going to be immortalized on this earth. That we're going to read about 10,000, 1,000 years from now. We're going to read about it. The same way we're reading about the sisters of the past. The married righteous sisters. Sisters like Deborah, we still bring her up today. And that's thousands of years ago. Sisters like Esther, Ruth. Sisters who made an impact towards our nation just by simply being righteous and sticking behind a man are being brought up thousands of years later. All you other hoes, guess what? Y'all gonna be forgot about. You know what I'm saying? All the other, they sluts, they popping now. We sing their songs, it's cool. We want to, be a part of that. I understand. You know what I'm saying? But 10 years from now, ain't nobody gonna be talking about them. Because what impact did they make? This horse stuff ain't gonna last forever. It's not. Because don't nobody want to be lonely and empty inside when they turn 40. Eventually, they're going to snap out of it. So it ain't going to last forever. Well, if you want to be immortalized, make sure you do it according to the laws of God and do it righteously. You know what I'm saying? Have integrity and class and decency about yourself. All right? And please believe, fellas. You know what I'm saying? If I can speak to the brothers, right? There will never be a shortage of sisters that's willing to respect you. There will never be. You know what I'm saying? As long as they producing them, there's chances of getting them. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever settle for a woman that's willing to disrespect you. Don't ever settle for a bitch. All right? Because please believe there are some women out there that enjoy being a bitch. All right, they want to bring up, my trauma, my past, my this, my that. Some women out there, they enjoy being a whore. Right? What Lil Flip said, like Too Short said, I try to tell her that most girls really freaks, and this is how they get their money every week. Some girls is just freaks, man. They just enjoy that, you know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted. Don't think I'm up here with a cape on my back like I'm about to save you behind. You know what I'm saying? This is for sisters that want to change their life. If you enjoy being a whore, well, guess what? Be prepared for the consequences that come behind it. But for this woman, the black woman, the sisters, the righteous sisters that want to change their life, that want to be immortalized, to do something that's impactful towards their nation, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? These brothers in the Isupk are the men for you. Brothers that serve God are the men for you. Good men are the men for you. But you other hoes, go ahead and be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got no sweat off my back. All right. Any more on that?
Come on, sir. One more. Then talking about Keke Palmer.
All
right here in Ecclesiasticus. Salaki.
Nah,
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Ooh, that is perfect. You know what I'm saying? The whoredom is known by what? Her haughty looks and her eyelids, meaning by her appearance. All right? She's proud and puffed up and thinking that she can dress however she wants to dress. Man, there was a video I was watching before the class, man. I wanted to grab the video or the picture where the sister was breaking down how most of these celebrity black women are looking no different from these women that's in the porn industry, right? She had a picture that was comparing the two. And the top picture, the top row, was nothing but porn stars. And they was at some convention, and they was all dressed in see-through dresses.
Wow.
Right? And the bottom row was the pictures of independent black women that's, you know, making money in society, that's empowered and all of that stuff, was dressed exactly the same as the woman who get paid for sex, who's nothing but sex workers. You know what I'm saying? These women are supposed to represent themselves in a certain status in society, but they dress no different from a whore. It's hard to differentiate the two when you have a haughty look about you, a proud look, a whorish look about you. All right, that's, you know what that's like? That's like somebody going outside dressed like a police officer, right? And somebody, you know, a lady purse gets snatched. And that lady run up to that person that's dressed like a police officer and say, police, help me, please. Somebody snatched my purse. And that person turns around and says, how dare you accuse me of being a police officer? Just because I'm dressed like one doesn't mean I am one. How you think that person is going to respond? They're going to be confused as hell. Like, nigga, ain't you a cop? You dress like one. I need help. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? You should, you know, feel no different when a man treats you like a whore. Because guess what? You're surely dressed like one. And when a nigga throw a stack of money at your face, guess what? Don't be offended. All right? Like, I seen a video where Sexy Red got offended while she was performing. Nigga threw a stack of money at her. She got mad. Well, bitch, you a hoe. You know what I'm saying? It happened. You know what I'm saying? The sister with YK Osiris. Now, I'm not justifying this brother. This brother's lame as hell for doing that. But kiss, what's that sister name? Suki in the mouth. These are all, you know, entertainers or whatnot. You know, so some sister that raps about eating booty and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He ended up kissing her. She got upset about it. Now, I'm not justifying his actions, but you should expect it if you're displaying whorish behavior. You get what I'm saying? You should expect to get that in return the same way if somebody dressed as a police officer and get confused as a actual cop. Well, if you dress like a whore, you might be confused with a whore. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Any more on that? Continue on.
No, sir, that was it. I didn't want to take up too much time. It was it was three of them, but I just read the two. It says verse 23 says a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's a perfect, you know what I'm saying, add on to what we were just speaking about. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a hoe, listen, be a hoe. That's your prerogative, right? You in America, ain't you? You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Don't be surprised if you get with somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's been abusing you and doing all type of stuff towards you. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't take your time to be with this man. You was hot in the ass and you wanted to sleep with this man. And once you find out he's a shitty man, you're going to leave him, divorce him, and guess what you're going to do after that? You're going to get with another shitty man. And guess what he going to do? Guess what he going to do? He going to break your heart. And guess what you're going to do after that? You're going to get with another shitty man. And guess what he going to do? He's going to break your heart all over again. And then lo and behold, you're going to find yourself 50 years old living alone with a bunch of cats.
Count out of one count.
Because you couldn't choose the right man. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Y'all both go hand in hand. You pick shitty man because you're a shitty woman.
Come.
That's just that. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? But a good man that tells you to cover your funky behind, that's the man that you need to stay with. He is not a shitty man. A man that tells you not to be a whore and twerk on television for the whole world to see, that is the man that you need to stay with. If a man tells you that you shouldn't eat pork, crab, shrimp, or lobster, guess what? You should be willing to wash that man's socks, do that man laundry, cook his meals at night. Because that is a man that's willing to fear God. But like I said, I ain't out here I ain't no Captain Saberho. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I do not have a cape. You know what I'm saying? And you sisters got to understand that there's always consequences behind your actions. The problem with this society, there is nothing that a black woman or any woman at that can do that people will seem or call bad. Like, it seems like whatever a woman does is never negative. There's always something to justify it. Always. Like, there's nothing where it happens in society where people would be like, dang, that wasn't right to do. I don't think you should have done that. You know what I'm saying? You know, because this world is using our women and put them up on a pedestal and making them believe that whatever they do, they don't have to hold themselves accountable for it. Well, in the adult world, there is a thing called responsibilities. And whatever you do, make sure you do the responsible act, or else you're going to have to suffer the consequences. That's all it is. All right? So any more on that?
Law, sir.
All right. Most High in Christ. So let's, what time is it if I could, Baba Kashad?
So like it's 8:11.
Okay, Most High in Christ. So let's get some more. Let's get Isaiah 5:20 real quick.
Got it for y'all?
Isaiah 5:20.
Yes.
God.
I got it, sir.
All right,
Isaiah
get down with it.
Isaiah 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil.
Right? The Bible says, woe unto them. The word woe means what?
Sir, destruction.
Destruction unto them that do what? That call evil good. And that call good evil. See, this world got things, this society got things twisted upside down. The lines have been blurred now. A man correcting his woman is evil now. He's insecure. Right? Well, let me ask you this, right? And I'm sure most of these women that make these statements are somewhere in the Christian church every Sunday, singing hallelujah, with the tightest dress on, you know what I'm saying, with the big old 10-gallon hat, showing all of her front butt out. You know what I'm saying? So pastor can see, you know what I'm saying? So pastor can see. So she could possibly, you know, cheat on her husband with pastor later on that day. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Let me ask you this question then. Right? The Bible says in the 10 Commandments, what is the first commandment that's mentioned in the 10 Commandments? If y'all recall that, or if there's any Christian out here who can tell me. All right. Go ahead.
Is we love thy God with all thy heart?
That's what Christ said, right? Right. But in the 10 Commandments, the first commandment that's mentioned in what people call the quote. Of course, there's more commandments than just 10, right? But I'm just using that as an example because Christians will have the 10 Commandments, you know, stapled somewhere in their church and they wall. Right? What is the first one that's mentioned there? Right? For time's sake, I'll give it, right? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. All right. Do you know what else it mentions after that? For the Lord thy God is what? What does it say? Who calls? It said, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me, for the Lord thy God is what?" Finish that statement.
So like,
Go ahead.
is the only living God?
Is not quite, but somebody put it in the chat. Isaiah Israel, jealous God. He's a jealous God. He gets jealous. So let me ask you this: does that make a God insecure if he gets jealous?
Wow.
So I guess God is insecure if he sees you doing something that doesn't cater to him.
Wow.
I guess God is just insecure then. Well, guess what? God has put man in charge to have dominion and subdue this earth. And he gave him the records and the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. And guess what? The same way God gets jealous, guess what? A man is going to get jealous if he sees his woman twerking on another man.
That's right.
That doesn't make him insecure.
That's right.
He don't want what belongs to him showing any other affection to something other than himself, or showing any intimacy to anything other than himself. All right? The Lord is a jealous God, man. And like the scriptures say in 1 John 4:20, right? A man can't say that, I'm paraphrasing. If a man say that he loved God and hated his brother, you know what I'm saying, he is a liar. So if you're a Christian woman that's trying to call these men insecure, you know what I'm saying, you showing hate to your brother and y'all calling black men and whatever they call them, insecure and misogynistic and all of that bull crap, guess what? You're showing that same reflection towards your God, because he gets jealous as well too. Right?
Okay.
All right. Any more on that?
Comment, sir.
Go ahead.
That put us darkness for light and light for darkness.
Right. You know what I'm saying? This is what this world has become, right? They are demonizing the black man. You know what I'm saying? Bringing them down, belittling them every time, every point they can get. Right? And now they're trying to have they got a whole movement behind it. Right? They call it a feminist movement. Right? The whole movement where they feel like they don't even need a man now. Right? They got statements where they'll say, all men are trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure y'all heard that. You heard that before? All men are trash. You know what I'm saying? The black man is nothing. They even say that woman that stand up for black men, you know what they call them? They call them pick-me's.
The hell is that?
Right? You ever seen that?
No, sir.
Yeah, it's a crazy world we live in, the shot. It's wild out here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know we in the last days.
Come on.
Right? Like a pick-me and all men are trash and I don't need a man and I'm independent. You said what?
Babies.
So sir. Pick me. Is it saying like she's saying pick me?
God, the sister put it right in the chat. God. A pick me, meaning I hope he picks me. Right.
Pick me.
Right, God, pick me. So they try to, gaslight her and make her feel like she's trying to kiss the black man's ass, basically. Right. So they can choose her or whatever it may be. But maybe she just actually loves black men.
Yeah. And
care about, her black brothers out there, you know what I'm saying? And black fathers out there. All right. You know what that reminds me of? I don't know if y'all remember growing up as a kid. Remember the Cooties game? The Cooties game? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all this remind me of. This is like the adult version of Cooties. Of, men are from Jupiter, so they're more stupider. All that, that childish, from Venus, it's that childish stuff. How about we grow up? You know what I'm saying? How about we do that? and realize that this world does not revolve around you. That we're gonna have to coexist with each other, whether you're a male or a female. With knowing that, let's learn how to treat each other and stay with each other. Instead of this childish mindset that you still have, that you once had in damn preschool. Your ass wouldn't even be on this earth if a man and a woman did not lay down with each other.
Go.
So let's all grow up. You know what I'm saying? So let's drop that. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 9:9 real quick. Let me read some of these comments too. It's a lot here. I ain't avoiding y'all, my bad. Let me get what Sop said. Karawan concert is not just a physical act like our oppressor tries to say, right? Sex is marriage. Right? See, I put the answers, jealous, put the numbers, and the spirit of jealousy came upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be defiled, or if the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be not defiled. Yeah, that's the same law that Austin the Shot quoted. Man has a right to be jealous, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, there is no shortage. There is a woman that will respect you, black man. You know what I'm saying? I read that already. Itazal said, this one braid called Ruth, this one broad, I guess the broad called Ruth a pygmy. Damn. She called Ruth a pygmy. All right. They even called the woman in the Bible pygmies, huh? You know what I'm saying? That's how headstrong you want to be independent, or you want to be joined with this oppressor.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to lead you down to a lonely life. Just ask your mother. Ask how it was for her being a bitch to your father.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The same behavior that she projected on you. That's why you don't know how to keep a man. Well, ask her how she's feeling today. Call her up after this class and see if she's A-okay. All right? Because that leads you down a lonely road, man. Not knowing how to keep your man and shutting up and covering your behind will leave you single and alone. Right? Who got that scripture real quick?
I got it, sir. So
Go ahead, Soldier.
You said Ecclesiasticus 9:9.
God, Ecclesiasticus 9:9.
Come. Sit the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife.
Right. You know what I'm saying? This dude, Usher, you know what I'm saying, trying to seduce or serenade another man's woman. And she was all for it. It was fun and entertaining to turn around and twirl with Usher and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? When the Bible is against that, right? Read on.
Nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine.
Right. Spend thy money with her at the wine, right? If I could, for time's sake, can you jump me up to verse 8? I wanted to start there. My bad. Give me verse 8.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 8. Turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman.
Right. To do what?
Turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman.
Why? Why does it say that? Because who does that beauty belong to? Now, listen, brothers here in the ISUPK, we admire the body of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Please believe we definitely admire the beauty of a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean you should reveal it to the whole world. Right? When the Bible says, "Do not look at a turn your eye from a beautiful woman," what is that talking about?
So, like you, sir.
Go ahead.
It's just saying, don't be lusting after them. Like Christ said, like if you look upon the woman in your thought, in your mind, you have committed adultery already. Like turn that eye from a beautiful woman. Like don't just be gazing upon the beauty of the woman, because then after a while you're gonna start to lust and want that woman.
But what type of woman? Like, what status is this woman in? Desire is natural, right? You're gonna look at somebody and find them attractive. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a natural response as man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure the woman that you're with, you find her attractive, right? There's nothing wrong with attraction, right? That's not lust, right? But there's a certain status of woman that you should not, draw attraction towards.
So lucky.
Go ahead.
It's talking about a married woman.
A married woman. A woman with a man, right? If you read on, it's gonna say that, right? Read on.
Kind of, because that's what I was just about to say.
Go ahead.
Turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty.
Another beauty. Because that beauty belongs to who? That booty belongs to who? Salakia. That she displayed on that damn stage. Who did that belong to? That belonged to her man. Not for Usher to see. Not for the whole world to see, the whole audience to see. Only her man should have seen something like that, man. She shouldn't have not done that, man. And her man was right for correcting her. Guess what? You disrespected him in public. Guess what? You're going to get corrected in public, too.
That's right.
I don't give a damn how embarrassing it may be.
Yeah, right.
You should have thought about that before you did that in public. Well, guess what? A woman beauty belongs to her husband. Those thighs, that breast, that behind belongs for your man eyes to see only. Right? Read on.
For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman.
Read on.
For herewith love is kindled as a fire.
Is what?
It's kindled as a fire.
Well, guess what, young lad? Guess what? Where there is smoke, there is fire. It may start out as a fun gesture, spin you around, serenade you, sing to you. It may seem like a fun little innocent gesture. But given the opportunity, guess what? Usher would have slept with that woman.
Sir. So like it gave her herpes too. Now everybody got to get tested.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Would have gave all of them herpes, man. And not just Usher. Guess what? Most brothers would do the same too. Because of this woman don't know how to dress. Don't know how to clothe herself. Will cause other men that's not her husband to press up on her, to sleep with her. And then after time, because this man is not the same man that you go home to and argue with, right? And have to hear him correct you all the time, you know what I'm saying? Because you only see him at work. After time, you're going to give into it. Right? Meanwhile, this man at home is dealing with all your headache. That nigga at work, he ain't got to deal with your headache. You know what I'm saying? The only thing he knows about you is what he sees at work. Hey, what's going on? Both sides, Christ. You came mad late, though.
I was on the train, bro.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm yeah.
Come all the way from San Francisco.
Most side Christ. Good to see you. Good to see you. Most side Christ.
I can't.
Yeah.
But I literally live. I moved to
Okay. No sweat. I'm gonna continue. We're gonna discuss after. All right, most side Christ. Hey, see, the Lord brought you in here. You know what I'm saying? That's done with the most side, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, right? Because this man has to deal with all your problems. He deals with your anxiety, right? You come home stressed out from work. He got to hear all of that. You know what I'm saying? He telling you what to do. You want to hear that and none of that. The man at work, he's just your work hubby. You know, he serenades you, you know, make you laugh and chuckle, but you don't lay none of that heavy burden on him.
Right.
But guess what? When he gets the box and you think now y'all together and you give him an inch of that burden, guess what? He gonna leave. He gonna move out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because his only goal was just to sleep with you. That's it. And he knew you was easy by how you was dressed. He knew you was easy. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. That's what enticed him. Seeing you behind through that see-through dress, showing all your cleavage and your front butt. You know what I'm saying? He was like, listen, I ain't gonna deal with your anxiety and I don't want to hear nothing about your problems. So let me lay down and tear fire to that tail and I'm out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what is that brother at home is left with? Now he's left with a whore.
Right.
You got a whole whore as a woman now. Don't no nigga want to be with a whore. I don't give a damn. No nigga that loves a woman wants his woman to be parading himself like Keke Palmer.
Right.
No man. Either this man is a homosexual or he's just using her. Straight up.
It's facts.
It's facts. If a man really loves a woman, he will correct a woman. That's love. Right? A light woman or a woman that don't have no wits about her will take that correction as hate. You know what I'm saying? But his direction in guiding her is his way of showing love towards her. You understand what I'm saying? And it's our right to do so. You know what I'm saying? To correct our woman, right? For time's sake, let me get one more verse. Let me get Proverbs 11:22. You got a Bible?
I was watching you.
Oh yeah,
That's
no
all
sweat.
that should matter, you know?
Yeah, most likely crazy. What you have, boy?
Oh, I was gonna say while we're getting that scripture, the whole what I keep thinking is, you know, like the black woman when she is a little girl, her father's over her. Her father tells her what to do.
I'm glad you mentioned
know, and protects her and controls her and guides her. And guess what? When she leaves that father, the man that she marries is supposed to have the same job now. That's his job now.
Mm-hmm.
Guide her, protect her, tell her what to do. You know what I mean? All those things. And our women just don't see that. We've been beguiled by the white man who's the devil.
Damn right.
Also, the brothers, you got to understand and be raised to know that you got to, you know what I mean, be responsible. You got to be ready to, you know, guide, teach, and lead your wife when you grow up and the wife you pick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So that's what it boils down to.
Damn right, man. Doing the choosing. Choosing is everything. Choosing is everything. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because a lot of these sisters never grew up with a man in their household. You get what I'm saying? So they don't know that masculine energy that they longing for. Right? When later on when she gets older and gets with a man, and this man maybe decides to raise his voice or he decides to tell her what to do, she don't know how to respond to that. You dig what I'm saying? Because she never grew up with that. Right? Go ahead, sis.
And also, if you were raised with a man, the man was a bitch to the woman. You feel me?
Right.
So
Kind of. That's, you know what I'm saying?
You're picking and choosing your battles as a woman. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what a real man is when you don't have like a real father figure.
Right.
So like, it's harder for us to adjust to a real man telling me, yeah, you can't wear that. My dad never said nothing about that. Like,
right. God, exactly right. You know what I mean? So is exactly that. And you know, men are so criticized in society by a bunch of women that fall under that category, unfortunately, because oftentimes they didn't have that male example, but they did have that female example.
But then again, it's so freaking messed up that you guys have such a burden on your shoulders. I gotta say, like, you have to hold the weight of the woman and the world, and like, y'all can't show emotion, and y'all can't do this, and y'all can't do that. That shit, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Most
I'm not because that would not be me.
Right, get it just there.
Y'all are so strong, like.
most high in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Most high in Christ. And it's just something that we have to get back to getting used to. You dig what I'm saying? Society will push the opposite.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It will push our women to hate men. You get what I'm saying? And like I was gonna mention, like it's oftentimes is what they see their mother display as well too. Her being bitter towards that man will cause her to grow up to be bitter towards a man.
Noticing? Society's starting to push on gay.
Right.
So hard.
God.
Because God is coming. And when God comes, he ain't gonna take them children with him.
Right.
So
God,
the fact that they're bringing drag queens to the elementary schools are wild.
Right, God. You're exactly right. Exactly right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is
kind of off topic.
Yeah, no, this is
bothering me.
No, you're exactly right, because this is something that they're doing on purpose. Nothing is by coincidence. Right? They're trying to do this so they can break up. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Break up the family. All right. So let's get that Proverbs real quick, 11:22. What time is it? 8:30. 8:30. Yeah, let's get this real quick. This is the last one.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 32, sir.
11 and 22, Baba Kashad.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 11, verse 22. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion.
Right. A jewel of gold that's in a swine's snout is the same thing as a beautiful woman without discretion. Right? What does that mean? Swine is what?
Pig.
A pig, right? What does a pig want to do all day?
Okay, so repeat the woman.
The scenario?
No, the woman thing.
Is the same as a woman without discretion.
So a woman without, like, self-awareness, like, understanding that you're worth more than what you think you are, type shit.
Well, I mean, like, you can put that together, but I'll just put it. Yeah, there's no sweat. There's no sweat. I'll just put it like this. You know what I'm saying? Since we on the topic of Keke Palmer, right? A woman that's not discreet, right? That has no discretion, that's out there revealing herself, right? That empowers herself by being a whore or showing her. I seen Janelle Monáe, you know what I'm saying, on stage pulling her shirt up just to show a titty, and she thinks that's empowering, right? At one point, Janelle Monáe was nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? She had some decent music back in the days. You know what I'm saying? She had that neo soul thing that she had going on. All of a sudden, now she's the biggest whore on earth. For what reason? I don't know, right? But she knows that's what brings the money, right? But like the scriptures say, a woman that's beautiful, that don't have discretion, is no different from a pig with a gold ring in his snout, right? Because a pig want to do what all day? Wallow in filth. That's what they do. Roll in mud, you roll in filth, right? But yet they have something of value in their nose. That's what a snout is, right? They don't even realize the value that they have. You dig what I'm saying? That's in their nose because they're just rolling in mud all day, right? But that's the same thing with a woman that's beautiful, that don't know how to cover up, that don't know how to put on the clothes, that don't know how to listen to her husband. You know what I'm saying? You're just like a pig that rolls in filth all day, no matter how beautiful. Nah, no sweat. Yeah, God. No matter how beautiful you are. No matter how beautiful you are, you're really just showing your insecurities. That's really what you're doing. That's all you're doing, right? A woman that's confident about herself don't have to show her breasts. You think she know what she got?
Did you see what I wore today?
Yeah, she know what she got. You dig what I'm saying? Nah, it's all good. She know what she got. She knows that what's under them clothes is of value. So she gonna keep it covered up. You dig what I'm saying? And also too, a woman that feels like she has to dress in modest or be revealing is a woman that has no swag at all. She ain't got no sense of style. You know what I'm saying? Got no class, no etiquette about her. You dig what I'm saying? But a woman with confidence, with flavor, with charisma about her.
Serious.
You know what I'm saying? With
what is considered revealing? Because I can't show my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I can't show a little bit of belly because it's tempting the man. I understand the breast and like short shorts and all that, but like, you know, it's hot. Like it's been like 100-something degrees outside.
Okay, kind. Yeah, but
so what's revealing to y'all?
Like,
what is
exactly that? Like, what is the point of showing all that? You dig what I'm saying? Like, it's not. It is.
You want me to wear long sleeves?
You don't have to wear. Are you wearing a long sleeve now?
No.
Yeah, you don't have to wear a long sleeve. You know what I'm saying? But showing your belly, showing your cleavage, right? Or what they do nowadays, or wear panties under their pants, showing all of that. You know what I'm saying? Or wearing see-through dresses. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'll be going out there, you know, hitting downtown and all of that. Like they'd be damn near naked out there. They naked out there.
Facts.
They literally don't have nothing under them to see-through dresses. And you niggas be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can see everything.
Right. And like the scriptures say, what's that about shame? A wicked woman shall be counted as a dog.
Cool.
Right? I'm paraphrasing, right? Because the thing is, right? An animal don't have a conscience of understanding when they go outside, they have to cover themselves, right? They move off of instinct, right? There's no shame culture within the animal kingdom.
Probably.
You know, they're animals. They move off of instinct. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The problem is, like, our women are supposed to be sophisticated enough to understand that they are supposed to be covered up because they're not animals. You understand what I'm saying? You're not an animal. You're a human being that's supposed to carry themselves with class. You dig what I'm saying? So why show your belly? Why show your eye? You dig what I'm saying? Why show your breasts and all of that stuff? When you are the daughters of Zion, your oppressor, Kim Kardashian, they do all of that. And our people, our women, think they can mimic that. You dig what I'm saying? But the Lord has held our women at a whole nother standard. You know what I'm saying? All of that, like I mentioned, where there's smoke, there is fire. You know what I'm saying? All of that promotes and trickles down to whoredom. Right? That belly showing is going to turn into that breast showing. That belly shirt is going to get shorter and shorter by the day. You know what I'm saying? That see-through dress is going to be even more and more see-through by the day.
No, that's fact.
And then lo and behold, you're going to have a whole prostitute outside dressed like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it started from her wanting to show her belly. You understand you get what I'm saying? Like, the Lord wants us to be decent. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to present ourselves. You don't see Princess Diana dressing like that. You know why? Because she's a whole damn princess. You know what I'm saying? You don't see nobody else in other society where they feel like they have to maintain a certain level of status within their culture. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Our people are above all of that. We above Queen Elizabeth. We above Princess Diana. You know what I'm saying? So at least can we be decent as well too? Mm-hmm. Can we do that? And with that, big up to everybody, man. Big up to everybody in the class. Trooper, what's your brother's name? Trooper, what's his name? Trooper.
Y'all, sir. Y'all,
Kayo Ayash.
Come.
Most High Christ, man. Big up to everybody in the chat. Let me read the comment real quick. The sister said they looking for the perfect simp. And sadly, some men have adjusted to becoming just that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, do not be a simp. Correct that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Pop said. What Pop said in that movie, you know what I'm saying? Don't be whooped by the pussy. Whoop that pussy. Whoop that pussy. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a punk. You passive beauty. Damn right. All right, so with that, man, shalom, Israel.
Shalom, sir. Y'all, Bashim, y'all, Shabbat.
Y'all, Bashim, Shabbat.